What's good, brother Josh?
What's going on with you?
Thank thank you a lot for this class today. I really have been enjoying these mentality classes. They have
Praise
been
God.
very, very helpful. I want to ask you a question about something you said in the class, or about something you was mentioning. How could we stop self-sabotaging that occurs subconsciously? Like, are there any actions we could take to stop it, prevent it?
Well, because you can't really detect it, it's a little more difficult. All you can do is make a note of any and all decisions that you're making. You follow what I'm saying? And see what the result is. Is it, you are conscious of what you're doing, right? You may not be conscious of why you're doing it, but you're conscious of what you're doing. You have to look at the results and you got to ask yourself, whenever you make a major decision, is this benefiting me or is this hurting me? That's how you do it, right? For instance, if you just started back working out and you try to work out 4 or 5 days a week and you're already midday doing through the week, meaning if you miss one more day, you don't miss your goal, right? So do I miss another day? Would that benefit me? Or would that, you know, be a liability? Would that hinder me? So that's how you got to do. You got to start paying attention. You got to get a little more self-aware about what you're doing, because we're on autopilot with a lot of stuff that we do because we are creatures of habit. We don't even know why we do it. I mean, if we just stopped for 1 second and like, why are we putting up a Christmas tree? Right? That'll open up all kinds of dialogue if we just did that. But because we're creatures of habit, we just do stuff and we don't question why we're doing it or even pay attention to the outcome. So you just need a little bit more self-awareness about what you're doing, and anything that you see in life that's like a deficit to you and it's like something like, I need to change that. Look for stuff like that. You follow what I'm saying?
Also, another thing that you can do, like Brother Josh said, is start keeping a journal.
Right.
Like start keeping notes. Why? Start keeping a journal. Start keeping notes, because that's how you take what is unaware to you and you make it aware. Like if it's unintentional, you then start to be intentional about it. So if you're unintentionally eating snacks throughout the week, you're like, man, I ate like 3 Oreo cookies every day. Now you start to take note, like, all right, when you go to the grocery store, don't buy no Oreo cookies. Or put them in like little bags and hide them all over your house so they harder to get when it's time for you to snack. You're like, man, I ain't even trying to go get them. They way over there, so I'm just not even going to eat them. So you just got to start taking note and being intentional about what you do, because we're not really unaware or unconscious of what we're doing unless you sleepwalking and you like eating and you record yourself
Right.
at night. But for the most part, you're up, you're awake, and you know what you're doing. You have a thought of doing it. So, like I said, if it's something that like eating, start keeping a food journal so you know what food you're eating for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Or if it's like going to the gym, start getting your clothes out, your gym clothes out every day. So when you wake up, you don't have that excuse of, oh, I ain't got my gym clothes. So you just make the excuse and don't do it. But start making it easier for yourself, because if you want to have a good day, the best days start the night before. So start preparing, start being intentional. That's all.
A good day begins the night before. You just maybe turn it into a bar. Did you hear me, Ariel?
All praises.
A good day begins the night before. Y'all better pay attention to him. This is the Prince of Positivity talking to y'all. You follow what I'm saying? He's giving y'all golden advice, right? But did you get all that, Isaiah? By the way, sir, did you catch that?
Yes.
Right. And anything else too? Like any other questions?
Yes, I do have another question. This is off topic, but is it okay for Christians to watch and enjoy movies that are centered around paganism, like a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie?
Well, when I watch movies for a point and for entertainment and for some kind of moral, right? I always say, as long as you're not buying into anything wrong in the movie, then just take the movie for what it is. You can read a book, right? A book is going to have protagonist, an antagonist, a conflict, whatever. You're just reading for entertainment purposes or for curiosity purposes. As long as you don't buy into the sinful aspect of a book or a movie or a TV show, then there's no ramifications for, indulging. I just tell people if you know you're weak and can be easily influenced, then, don't watch certain stuff. Like for instance, Gideon and Need, they're watching the Harry Potter series. A lot of sorcery stuff in there, right? But that's evil. But is he watching that because he wants to be a wizard or because he plans on indulging in the sorcery? No. He's watching it for a protagonist, an antagonist, and a conflict. That's what every movie and TV show and book is about. Protagonist, antagonist, and conflict. But if you see Gideon come on here one day and he's cosplaying as Harry Potter, okay, he might need to start watching that stuff. You follow what I'm saying? He might need to chill. I mean, you get a little bit too into it, right?
Yes, especially if like you got some triggers around it. Like that
right.
Christmas movie triggered an episode of when you was younger, you was having Christmas with your family, and now you sad because you ain't at your family house for December 25th, and you walk around the house moping and all upset and making everybody else like, yo, what's wrong with you? Why you acting like that? And because you got that from a movie, then you really need to chill because that triggers some childhood trauma in you, and now you outwardly showing that, and it's outwardly affecting yourself and others.
You don't even know why he walking around sad. That's the best up part about it. Don't even know why walking around sad. Just don't got unconsciously triggered by the whole Christmas thing. And I get it. I really do, bro. I get it. Sir?
I said self-sabotage.
It's self-sabotage. There you go. So you get it. And now, see, this is going to make us conscious of every major decision we're making. Now we're going to say, I know this is bad for me. Why am I doing this? Right? Now you're going to be doing that. And that's what all I wanted people to do. I wanted y'all to own not just your mistakes, but take ownership of your life. Yes, God owns everything. See, people think when I say take ownership of your life, I'm taking God out of it, right? But if you want to go extremes, you don't own nothing. But at the same time, you do. When you have a child, that's your child, but at the same time, it's not because it's God's child. You follow what I'm saying? So when I talk about taking ownership, I mean taking control that God gave you, because God gives us a certain amount of control, right? Take ownership of your life and stop sabotaging yourself. A lot of us, you'd be surprised how many people are self-sabotaging, right? We do it to ourselves more than other people do it to us. And even when other people do decide to do it to us, we give them the power to do it. So it's still self-sabotaging. That girl doing you dirty, Isaiah, you letting her. You can kick her to the curb. You can end it at any time. She ain't holding you hostage. You ain't in jail. So who do we blame for that? For you putting up with that? We blame you. That's how I do. People try to act like they're just helpless victims. We have no control. He's a jacked up baby daddy. You picked him. She's a jacked up baby mama. You picked her. Right? How long were y'all together before y'all broke up? 5 years. It took you 5 years to figure out this dude wasn't hitting on nothing? 5 years? It took you 5 years to figure out this woman wasn't nothing. 5 years. Right? Come on, man. We know stuff. And we do it anyway. Myself included. So what we're doing is we're self-sabotaging. We're self-sabotaging, and that's what's going on.
And before I go, I wanted to thank you.
What, Johnny?
And recommend one of the classes, like the past classes that you gave. It's called No Negative. It's a
Hold on, you went out for a second.
Really good class.
Hold on, say that again. You went out for a second, sir. You said the class I did called what?
The past class you did called No Negativity. I actually wanted to recommend that class to anybody still listening. If you're struggling with negativity, or if you're in work and you have like a job and you're struggling with like negative coworkers or anything like that, even if you don't think you need this class, I highly recommend you take it. You can hit me in my DMs. I can send you my notes, but I would recommend that you listen to the whole thing yourself. It's a really good class, and I thank you for delivering that message on that Sabbath, Brother Josh.
Praise God. I did that one a while back. I don't even remember that one. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm like, Ariel will tell you, because I call Ariel nickname is the Prince of Positivity. Ariel, no, we ain't about negativity at ABT. You can speak negatively, you just can't be negative about it. That makes sense?
That's a fact. For every minute you spend negative, you gotta spend 3 minutes in a positive. For every one excuse you give me, you gotta give me 3 reasons why you can succeed.
Right.
Because we're gonna have to crush that negative thought with positive ones, and it can't be 1-to-1 ratio.
No.
It gotta be 3-to-1.
Can't break even.
That's what's really gonna put in the work. That's right.
Right. Appreciate that that promo too, Isaiah, man. I'm glad you were edified by that one and this one.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Brother Josh. You have a good rest of the day.
You too, bro. And now we got